Hi there Taurus, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your monthly intuitive work and money tarot reading for August. Taurus, let's get started with the Sacred Power reading cards for you to see what the overarching theme or message may be. I am seeing a load of change. The Change Oracle card out of this deck has come out so many times. There just is a lot of movement. I mean, obviously that's the kind of time that we find ourselves in at the moment. And it's not just necessarily changing your job or role, it's changing the way that we're working, embracing remote working, working with online tools, rethinking. You know, if you're something like a yoga instructor, I've got friends that are now running online yoga courses, having to rethink, get creative, do things differently. I've got to make this work for us, guys. So let's see what wants to come out of the Sacred Power deck for you. Taurus. Take that top one. We have got Soul Journey. Oh, okay. So some of you might be going through a change or transition to move closer towards the work that you are truly meant to be doing in this lifetime. And that is happening for so many people at the moment. Moving into true purpose and what you are destined to do. Transformation. Oh man, I just love this card. Look at that imagery. I mean, we're all going through a transformation at the moment, and you know, it really looks like some of you are ascending, are raising vibration. And I was just saying in the last reading, you know, up until now, many of us were just on that hamster wheel, you know, running around, living life a little bit unconsciously, just trying to keep things going and maybe distracting with cafes and restaurants and shops and all of that. I'm not saying that they're bad things. I mean, they're fantastic, but sometimes too much of that can stop us from focusing on the big things in life, like our own evolution. Maybe, you know, being of positive service in the world. So I think some of you are going through that kind of transformation. Have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. So some of you might need to ask for help to go through this transformation, whether it's from your network of people here on earth or from your spirit or angel team. Detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by people with whom you're spending time. Be discerning about your associations and relationships. Yeah, I mean, it's very clear from the cards here, Taurus, that you're going through some kind of ascension. I'm not saying, you know, woe to enlightenment in a month, but, you know, maybe you've outgrown, and it is absolutely fine to release people you love if that is not working for you anymore. Or just incorporating more of your tribe, trying to find those true soul connections that can lift you, Taurus, to the next level. You know what I mean. Okay, Taurus, let's go to the tarot to get your cards out. Some of you have been working hard, but maybe assessing quality and abundance, you know. And some of you might not be happy with what you're getting back in a situation. We'll see what else comes out here. Nine of Wands, almost but not quite. Moving into a better place of balance and harmony. Let's clarify these ones, Taurus, and then we'll get some cards specifically around finance for you. Too many. The Empress. Wow, okay, if you are wanting to increase your abundance or create something, that's your energy, Taurus. Just clarify the Nine of Wands. Four of Pentacles, yeah, which can be the energy of feeling like there's scarcity in your money or your job. Okay, Hierophant definitely wants to be seen. Almost jumped out twice there. Yeah, I mean, that's the card of tradition, guys, and I really feel that it's saying that maybe you need to challenge tradition and do things more creatively with that Empress energy. And that could be another way to achieve greater abundance. Got the Nine of Swords there. So they've got 2 nines in this reading, so there could have been some stress around that in the past. Oh, 10 of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this could definitely indicate the friendships that were blocking that abundance flow that we saw in this card here. Pretty much, you know, the card of love and friendship with the Nine of Swords says that. But it's time definitely to move on to a greater sense of victory here. Moving on. Taurus, I'm going to start down here actually, and I'm just getting the message ever since sort of looking at the oracle cards that it's time to do something differently, and that message started coming through previously when we first got started. Now the Hierophant's an interesting card. Now the Hierophant can stand for tradition, you know, our traditionalized settings, of which obviously work is one of them, work and place of study and that type of thing. Now the thing about the Hierophant is it talks about the tradition and, you know, maybe what what is expected of us by family, by society, maybe by partners and things like that, kind of the well-worn path, you know, the expected way of things going, you know, go to school, get a good education, get a good job, be stable, be secure, you know, don't take on anything that's too different because, you know, hey, maybe you might not make any money, that kind of energy. There's that's one set of values, the well-worn path. The Hierophant sometimes asks you to, it challenges that, and it asks you to have faith in potentially exploring your own values and realigning with those. I just get the feeling that it's time to do something differently, and it's time for you to realign with your purpose and what you truly want now. What kind of work do you want to do? What kind of work is going to light you up? You know, the Empress is saying, hey, anything is possible and I can help you make it happen, and I feel like it's going to lead to greater abundance for you. So the Hierophant is saying, hey, have faith, maybe do something differently, and I feel that, Taurus, this is going to balance the scales and potentially going to flip the finance side of things a little bit more in your favor than what it currently is. You know, the Six of Pentacles sort of shows 2 scenarios here, you know, quite opposing. The kind of feeling like we're just making ends meet here, and we're also relying on the hand that feeds us, which can be if we're in an employed situation and we really feel we don't have skills to work on our own, or to be a contractor or freelance, or to start up our own little business, whatever it may be. We have to rely on the traditional system, on the system to feed us, to give us our paycheck every week and that kind of thing. There's a sense here the Hierophant's asking you to maybe challenge that. Is there anything you can do to move into this position? The provider who provides for yourself. Is there something else you can do? Can you do something differently? Can you get creative? And I feel like that's going to lead to greater abundance, harmony, joy for you. So can you do things differently, Taurus? That's the message that's coming through. And I think maybe some of you've probably thought about this for a while. 4 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. I mean, the 9 of Wands sort of says to me that maybe you've been teetering around this kind of wanting to go in a different direction for a while. We've got 2 number 9s in this reading, and 9 for me is, okay, I'm in this situation, this role, or whatever it is, and even though it's provided a certain amount for me, it's kind of wearing me down at the same time. I mean, we see the warrior here who's battered and bruised and a little bit in that state of fight or flight, looking over his shoulder. And the fertile pastures, the greater abundance and more freedom, because look how expansive it is out there, it's within reach. It's just behind him. Is at a 9, he's almost there but not quite. So it's saying, you know, that you're really close to taking a step towards getting there. But are you willing to potentially release the grip, to surrender a bit, to let go? Because the 4 of Pentacles can be very much that energy of, you know, scarcity, to holding on to the foundation. Number 4 is the foundational energy. And, you know, we see this kind of fear of change in these 2 cards here. And I really feel that greater sense of abundance and joy and happiness and, you know, maybe unblocking the kind of money flow as well could just be on the other side. Be on the other side of this. Be in the other direction that the Hierophant wants you to follow. Yeah, and there's just definitely a sense of, you know, when we kind of get into that scarcity mindset or that fear mindset, and it can be on different levels, then it can just keep us attracting more of it, you know, that lack breeds lack mentality. That's sort of like the Five of Pentacles energy, but you're on a 6 here, you're the next step away from that, so it says that you're, you know, you are ready for that change. Here we go, ready for change. Yeah, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles for me, you know, we've gone from a 6, now we're at a 7, we're heading towards a 9. The Seven of Pentacles says for me that, yeah, there is a sense of not being happy for what you're getting back at the moment, for the time, effort, and energy that you're putting into it. And I think that's because you're following that tradition. And with a traditional role, an employed role, there is always a ceiling on what we can earn. You know, even if we put in more effort and energy, what do we get back? What's the recognition that we get back? You know, the pat on the back, or do we actually get financial, tangible rewards? And maybe if you're not getting what you truly deserve and desire, Taurus, it's time to get creative. So the Empress has come in this month to say, can we create something together? She is the biggest card of possibility, and whatever it is that you are desiring, or something you've been, you know, simmering away or percolating, or that idea that you've had for years but haven't taken action on, she is asking to create with you and birth that into the world. That's her energy. So it's a really fertile time for creation, a creation that's going to lead you to greater abundance. Look, we've actually got 3 9s in this reading, but this is the best 9 because it's the 9 of abundance, right? Right before the 10 of Pentacles. We've also got the 10 of Cups in this reading. So it's saying that by doing things differently, getting creative, you're going to move into a 9 of Pentacles energy. We've gone from the 6, we've gone to the 7, and now we're at the 9. And 9 of Pentacles is about, I am self-sufficient. I'm not relying on the system, my job, my employer, maybe to a certain degree, but you might have something else on the side of your own right that's funding that. Hey, maybe start a YouTube channel. It's great, guys. You know, there are things you can do, because this is shining in your own light and building your own abundance, and not relying on others and being fully independent, and really being happy with the amount of quality, maybe even luxury, that you have in your life. There is the message here with a little snail at the bottom that sometimes these things take time. I'm not saying that's going to unfold within the month of August completely. However, you can start taking steps towards that at the moment, Taurus. And you'll be surprised how quickly that happens once you really put that message out there to the universe that I deserve and desire greater abundance, and I'm willing to do the things that it takes to get there. So over here in money, yeah, I just feel that when you move towards that greater sense of happiness and fulfillment in your work, which means doing things your way, following your own values, that's when the abundance is going to flow. And there could have been some stress over finances in the recent past. Hey, you know, in this time, I think for many of us there is. However, there's a sense here that, you know, once you find that greater fulfillment, then the money will flow. And just coming back to that message of detox your friendships or relationships or issues at work, you know, this combination could definitely say that maybe there are people that are, you know, that are not working in your favor, that are somehow affecting that abundance flow. So maybe moving away from them as well, so that you can move closer towards your happiness. Because the Chariot says there is a sense of victory in moving away from something to move towards something that's better suited to you. So that's what I'm seeing here. There is that kind of sense of victory. There is a moving on. There's a leaving a comfort zone in the Four of Pentacles and in this card as well. And it says that maybe the victory and the greater abundance that you are desiring, Taurus, are, you know, in the next location that you're heading towards. So I think I'm going to leave it there because I feel like the message is repeating, but just in different words. And I think you know what I mean here, guys. So Taurus, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do wish you all the best in work and money this month. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. It won't resonate for everyone. Feel free to leave me a comment if you're called to share. I read each and every one and reply to as many as I can. What else am I going to say about that? Yeah, it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I'm looking forward to bringing you plenty more positive readings throughout the month.